Hello, Rebel pilots, captains, and everyone else. This is Max Buck here. I was especially about jamming to the music, so let's continue Katawa Shoujo, as usual. Right, I do not like these guys anymore. I used to tell them how much I do not like this, but it's more of a show than anything. So in the end, I agree. But only after getting Shizune to acknowledge that I don't mean anything concrete just by accepting to take a look around and play a game with her. Lunch ends and we go back to class. She freaks me out too, but it's not in the right reason. She's not meant to be scary. She just pops out the side of the screen and vanishes. During afternoon class, Longhair comes back and sits down in the seat without a word. Again, no one seems to notice, or if they do, no one says anything. I want to ask Misha about it, but I don't want to be nosy. Oh, she's so cheery. I like her. Even though she's they're being naughty. Let's say that. After school, Shizune and Misha quickly find me by the first floor lobby and latch onto me, covering each flank in case I try to escape. I feel a little offended, but I can't be considering it. Nevertheless, I'm a bit disturbed that enough people have made a breakthrough in the past that they're on their guard. What's with the escort? That doesn't make me feel any very comfortable. In fact, it makes me feel like a dangerous prisoner being transported to his cell. Yes, I would feel that too. What's wrong here, Chan? Oh dear. That's right. We were just going to play a game of Rhyss, remember? I don't know, Misha. This all seems a little sinister. Oh, for goodness sake, I clicked again. I have to remember that I shouldn't click. Well, it's highly unlikely, but still, for some reason, it just seems like it's so plausible. Getting to student cut is the same first 2 corners from where we started. What? That's it? This makes you guys being so on top of me seem a little silly. That's not true, Hichan. Shichano says that when his life is threatened, people have shown capability to pull off a human business feats. Life is threatened? Expression on J3richolic, amusing, who makes a baffling face and puts her hands behind her back. That's my Twitter! Looking back, please yourself. Misha feigns deafness and hears. For goodness sake, stop tweeting me. Oh, that had the timer on. I'm failing today. Anyway. Stop that! I know you heard me. You have no excuse unlike Shizune. Shizune, this is a reasonably nice room. It looks old though. Shizune's very plain, especially decorated, although it's quite large. Maybe a little larger than a classroom. It's a big table surrounded by chairs, a smaller desk prominently placed in the back. That I presume shows Shizune, so this one probably. A few regular desks and chairs stacked to one side. Extras, perhaps. Aside from tables and chairs, the room doesn't have much else to offer. Just a couple of filing cabinets and bookshelves stacked with old school records and documents. Nothing much else. In fact, nothing else. I would agree. It is a plain, bleak room. I noticed that straight away. They could at least put a pot of plant in here or something. But the most thing that room has. Are we early? No. What do you mean no? Does it mean no one else is coming today? Yeah, that's right. Oh dear. Hey, Charlie, let's play Rhyss. Come on, you promised, didn't you? You have to. Okay. Do you want to know the rules? We can explain to you while we set everything up. Let me should talk. She took a ball game from behind one of the filing cabinets to throw it on the table. Actually, this looks kind of interesting. Please let me play Risk. I love Risk. It's one of my favourite board games. Derisha looks running through the basics with somewhat vague and confusing. She soon cuts in and declares the game style with decisively slicing her arm through the air. She's soon as aggressive as this is rubbing up on me. I start feeling more competitive than I intended to be when I agreed to this. Oh, I don't get to play. I like this music. Actually, this is kinda good. I like this. Halfway into the game, I tried to find out how to defend smash against Shizune's assault from two fronts. She breaks my concentration by jamming her fingers onto the table to get my attention. Shichan. Alright. Shichan also says she'll let you keep. Oh, what the? I thought this game had no strings attached. Just the fact she would dangle that over my head on me offer means she knows I care about the outcome of this game. Anyway, no! She can't admire your fighting spirit and would be a benevolent dictator who will spare you people too if you could. You're so competitive, Shizune. She seems to take this as a compliment. I like them now. I like this now. I'd expect the student council president to be a little bit more magnanimous? Yeah! Okay. Suddenly Shizune burst into a flurry of gestures. Does anyone know how to sign? I wanted to learn how to sign. It seems interesting. Oh wait, please slow down, Richard. And Shichan says you're gonna lose. Tell her I'll crush a world empire with my rebellion. Okay. The size of her child, like. Sorry. That face. Oh dear, that just made me laugh. It's so anime. Dance. She says you have no chance to keep playing like this. It's a trap. It's smart to play defensively. Ooh. Trying to set me up. Go and get the defense out, but I'm not going to wreck it like doing something reckless. A few turns later, for goodness sake. She adjusts her glasses victoriously and allows her to turn fist in the air. It's a celebration. Oh, GG, Shizune. Dots. Shichan, you lost when you allowed me to take North America. I mean, Shichan, not me. Dots. Getting control of North America was ambitious. Because it provides a 5-army bonus. But practically, North America gives you most units practically in this game, and you need that units to build up your defenses, and it's a reasonably hard point to defend. If you've ever played Rhyss before, you'll probably know that. I thought you had more guts. Damn disappointing. Ambition, Ichan. Your play needs more daring, ambition. I wanted to try, so I should have attacked. I was really excited when you took South America, but then you switched to playing defensively just because you gained a small advantage. That's no good, Ichan. You didn't take enough risk, and when you did, you didn't follow through. That's terrible, Ichan. Oh, come on. I just played carefully because that's how I play. I defend ridiculously. There's no need to rub it in my face. Why is she getting closer? Wonder if you'd even be good for the Shinkers. What's this reversing? Kids don't have to worry joining a 9 in that case. That's giving up like that. I expected more of you. Seriously? Oh, for goodness sake, I knew she was planning it. I don't even want to join. It's only my second man. I can't make that kind of. I haven't even taken a look at any other clubs, and these two are a little weird. Yes, they are. Trying to consider joining the council, but I wouldn't take a clubs before I decide. Really, Chan? You're not just saying that to make us feel better. Yeah, I'm just not sure why I want to. Aww. Hey, Chan, but we're not gonna give. You said maybe, so there's a chance you'll come around. She looks mad at me. Come on, we could really have fun. We could play more Risk, and maybe one day you could beat me. Unless you graduate before that. That doesn't make me feel any less reluctant about joining, you know. Nuts. Surely you're not horrible at board games, so maybe we could play a game you know then, to give you a handicap. I might have just said that to make you feel better after all. Oh, that's cold, Chan. Take a glance. Well, realised I spent longer playing Risk than I expected. Sorry, I forgot to go. I wanted to go to the library. It's not closed yet, is it? Suzuki gestures at Misha. How hard can it be to determine? Library. There's a clock right there on the wall. Dots. Should be, unless the librarian's absent. I think you're right, Shichan. We think the library is open. It's on the second floor. Can't miss it. Do you want to show us? No thanks, it's okay. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. That's a weird picture. One flight of stairs up and I run into problems. The second floor hallways a carbon copy of the third floor. Wide, of course, and plain, like only hallways can be. The problem is, the library's whereabouts is not determined as I would think. Classrooms are marked with signs stating which class they belong to, but then there's a plethora of other unmarked rooms. Is the library one of them, or is it just somewhere down the hallway? I bet on the latter and choose my direction at random. I want to turn the normal. Oh, blast. It's not open either. It's just barely a drawer that I can see it's open and nothing else. It would make sense for the library door to be violently open, while this one is not quite that. It's good enough. At the very least, it means someone is inside and I can't ask for directions, no matter how embarrassing it is. Gingerly push on the centre of the door with my fingertips, every muscle in my arm ready to pull back at the moment's notice. The feeling of being an outsider to this school can't be shaken from my mind, so much so that I instinctively fear doing wrong by entering. Ooh, that's creepy. The door slowly creaks as if groaning from a deep sleep, though it's much easier to open than I anticipated. Leaning. Oh, blast! Oh, who's she? She's a new character. This is not as I was expecting. I managed to let the door open to its full extent, taking in sight of the solitary figure taking center stage in an otherwise abandoned room. Situation steals my voice, leaving me standing at the doorway, staring at the beautiful girl. Evidently, I've taken the time to assess the situation. The girl gently puts down her teacup and opens her eyes, but doesn't look at me. Hello there, may I help you? Staring directly in front of herself, the movement of her lips seemed to break the silence rather than the words. However, it's the soft, measured voice that reminds me she's being separate from the room herself. Not only is she likely the tallest girl I've laid eyes on, but even among the foreigners I've met, she's strikingly distinct. She is very pretty, I admit that. Hi, sorry for intruding, I just kind of got lost. She takes a moment to formulate a response before speaking. Every action she takes feels as if it's carefully choreographed beforehand. Does she have autism, maybe? Get to take a seat? Unexpected, considering now intruding upon. Well, if it's autism, she wouldn't really be that good at social. She slowly stepped towards the other seat, the girl resting a teacup and saucer in the wooden table in between. The way she doesn't track her minds with her head is telling. That, and a slight cloudiness to her eyes, might mean she's partially blind. Come to think of it, her voice doesn't have detectable accent either. I guess she must be half Japanese. She reminds me of a British person. I know that's really wrong, but she does. She's just so kind of gentlemanly-like, with the cup of tea and the posture she's doing and everything. And the way she's really polite. It's like a hysterical British person. This is her composure takes me slightly off guard. Her relaxed confidence makes me the silence entirely comfortable. The calming atmosphere is very different from the student council office. I like it. I take you're a new student to Yamako? Yeah. I just transferred yesterday. Get distinct feeling my speech patterns don't match the formality of her, accentuated by the restraint of bow of greeting, one which I hasten to match before realizing the futility of the action. I'm Lily Sato. Sato. Pleased to meet you. Isao Nakai. She gives a nod before gesturing roughly in the direction of a teacup. Would you care for a drink? Sure. As much as it pains for me, I can't keep step with her formality in the proceedings. She gives a kind nod and I really like her. I really do like her, that's the thing. She's really nice. She's really pleasant. She steps up the chairs and prepares a second cup of tea from the selection of clients later on the shelf. Brush here, brush there. Her left hand offers a slight touch in the side of whichever container she's pouring into. Seems to be a process she's followed dozens of times before. Suddenly sideways to see around her back, she seems to use her long dainty feet to measure the right amount of water in the cup. It's one thing to see different abilities the class may have, but it's quite another to see how everyone seems to adapt. Suzuna and Misha have no problem working together to communicate with me, and Lily herself seems to have workarounds for problems I've never thought of. I feel guilty about her doing the work. She seems pleased to be doing the following the correct process of offering a drink. So, a soft voice brings out silence of thousands. Which room are you looking for? It's not often this classroom is visited after school. School library. Shizuna and some other classmates told me it was on this floor. She finished pouring the water in the teacup and she nods. A small metallic coming from the teacup as indicating it was being stored. I'm aware of Miss Akamichi, as are most students. To be with them means you're in class 3-3, no? That's right, I'm in the science room, Mito. She gives a small giggle before setting down the teaspoon and... Quiet, phone! I'm working! Teacup and saucer in hand. He's quite a character, and imagine you'd come to like him, most do. Is this what I look like? Oh my goodness, it looks like me in a way! That's really scary! And she said, oh, that's creepy. I'm a bit spooked now. As I gently take it in to have a sip, I'm more of a coffee person. But this does seem like a rather bad moment to bring it up. Nothing that smells quite nice. I hardly think it'd be hard to choke down. Thanks, Sato. It tastes really nice. She smiles and quickly waves her hand in front of her face. Lily, please. There's no need to be formal. She says this is part of a well-bred speech. Oh well. Right, anyway, I think I'm going to end this video here. I'm a little spooked now. My character looks like me in a little way. Alright, I'm going to save it here. Of course, continue. So if you want any more, just continue to watch my videos, like, favourite, subscribe, join the rebellion today, and I'll see you in the next video. Also check out my featured channels, they're really good guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!